Blessings, family. How are you? Guess what? Guess where I'm heading? Guess where I'm heading, y'all? Yoga. Woo! Okay, so I'm going to yoga because guess what? I'm clear. I'm ready. I'm ready to roll. So that's where I'm headed. I'm just waiting on my son to come down so I can take him to work first. I actually have a few things to share. When I just scratched my nose, it reminded me of what happened recently at the nail shop. And I share these little stories with you because it's even the small things, like when we hit that zone of manifesting, that zone of our power, it happens even in those ways. Okay, so I went to the nail shop. This nail right here, y'all, when I tell you I broke it, you can't even see, but I broke it in the center because these are my real nails. I just have dip on top, but I had let them grow to a point where I was cleaning the tub. I had on my glove and it right in the middle. I was like, she was able to soak the dip off, but I was like, don't even, yeah, just leave it. So I had her cut everything else down so that they don't break. But I had in my mind that I would like a nice fall color, right? Didn't really have in mind what it would look like, just a nice fall color. So when I get there, instead of me searching for a fall color, because the last color I got didn't turn out how I thought it would. It was really pretty in the thing, and it's only pretty if light shining, but outside that looked like baby boo-boo. So I saw this color, and it was called Sugary. Now, from the name, you can imagine how light it was. So think, if you guys saw the posts of Anitra, my mom, and I, think of the color of my sweater. It was like that, and it had little specks of gold in it, right? When she put it on, this was the color. You can't really see all the little sparks of glitter, but this was the color. It looked nothing like the way it looked in the container. And I was like, look at Spirit. Now, I said I would like a fall color. And even with me not taking the time to look, that little Sugary ended up being a nice little fall color. So that's just one of the small but hefty examples of how when we hit that zone, like Spirit is always working for us. And that zone is that faith zone, right? That just constantly knowing that it's happening, it's working out, and we don't have to put much into it. We just be, and we just trust, and we just allow, and we just flow, right? Now, here's the other thing I like to share with you all. So this weekend we had great brunch. We hung out, we laughed, our inner children were able to play. And I had actually ordered a purse from Louis Vuitton. And I have been looking at the reviews of this purse, and the reviews were great. It looked a certain size, but when I got it, it was like a mommy and me purse. I'm like, this too small. So anyway, so I had planned to take it and exchange it, and Spirit was like, and don't worry about the price. So when it came time to exchange it, I didn't ask the price difference. When it came time to buy the strap that I liked that went with it, I didn't ask about the price. I just went with it, right? And here's the thing that I'd like you to know. When I saw what the difference was, I looked that number up because I knew there was a message there. And when I tell you that message was so aligned with the message that Spirit has been giving me, it is so aligned. Now, I'm sharing this because for a couple of reasons. One, I was talking to my mom, and I have this thing where, and I'm releasing it, so I'm not claiming it, where it's a bit of shame, right? This is the 3D human ego, to like show the material abundance, right? And my mom reminded me of something that Spirit had told me before on my journey pertaining to something similar, was I'm to be the example of what living a Spirit-led life looks like. That's how my mom put it, and it resonated. So I also have this thing where I have been always moving in silence, right? Like not a bragging person or a boastful person. I just do things for me that are aligned with me, makes me happy, and I don't broadcast it. That's my personal self. But when I agreed to do this work, you've often heard me say my life is not my own. So with that being said, this is a part of it, because I shared with you all in 2019 when I moved here and my L&I stopped, I was not generating enough to take care of my son and I. And instead of going into fear mode and getting a job, which it was a thought, and then Spirit said, I thought you said you're not ever working for nobody. You gonna have faith or you gonna have fear? And I chose faith, and I said, guide me, right? Guide me. So I'm letting you all know that I am committed to sharing more of the abundance in physical form, because I do a lot of sharing the abundance in like the feel good form, because to me that is true abundance, right? But I understand what is the biggest fear for many, right? The biggest fear for many is the financial, right? That's the biggest fear. That's the biggest fear of what holds us back when it comes time to invest in the things that serve our highest good, or even invest in the things that bring us joy, right? So it's time for me to start showing more of that. So I will be showing more of that, you know. And I will tell you, Anitra is always reminding me, because she's the one who told me at the last October retreat, last all-inclusive, was to like get testimonials in between, not just wait to the end, you know. And so yeah, because like I told y'all, I'm that person. When my son and I would go out, I open the console, phones in, and we're just in the moment. I'm that person that will not record things so that I can live it in the moment through the lens of my eyes, my soul, my memory, and not through the lens of an electronic device. But now that I'm doing this work, it's about finding that balance of both, right? So I'm choosing to just do and be whatever I'm meant to be, that's going to get the message across in every form. You may feel led to look up 433. So yeah, that's my commitment to you. But Spirit is working. 434 for some of you as well. Spirit is working in miraculous ways. And I've been telling you for a while now that we were moving into this energy of abundance. We were moving to this energy where we are reaping what we have sown. But some of us have not been sowing. Some of us have been tiptoeing and going to visit the field and looking out, and you know what I mean? And you know, looking at the seeds in our pocket, but we haven't fully been sowing, right? And it doesn't matter what you did yesterday. It can start today. We are in an abundant energy, more abundant than it has ever been before. So whatever, I said this last week, whatever we speak, whatever we think, and whatever we do, it's manifesting in our physical form a lot quicker, right? A lot quicker. Do not pay attention to what's going on in the collective. As much as you can disconnect, cancel, delete that, because that's not even true. As much as you are willing to disconnect, because you can totally disconnect if you choose to. As much as you are willing to disconnect, I highly recommend that you do. I highly recommend that you do. And I highly recommend that no matter what your fear is, no matter what your hang up is, that you allow Spirit to guide you. I can't stress it enough. Words can't express. Material objects can't show. A story can't describe the greatness of what it is to exist in total and complete faith in God, Spirit, Source, your higher self, whatever you call it. Allah, Jah, Jehovah, whatever, same thing, right? It's something to be experienced to truly know. And to experience it, it requires being guided 100% of the time. Not some of the time, not part of the time, not when it aligns with your agenda or your plan or your formula or your format or someone else's, right? 100% of the time. I posted today, and at first I thought the post with the pictures was just going to be like, oh, we had fun because we did. Oh, Anitra's so great because she is. Oh, my mom, great, she is, right? But it went somewhere else. I just let Spirit guide me as I was typing. It went somewhere else. And one of the things was, you know, there's a formula to living an abundant life in all areas of our lives. And the formula is the same. The path to get there is what's not cookie cutter, right? The formula is the same. I can teach you the formula, but the things that are blocking you from doing the things I teach you is not the same, right? But it requires faith. That's why I say, ask Spirit, does it serve your highest good to work with me? If you work with me, Spirit said yes, so that means have faith. If you do as you're guided to do, it will change, shift, and recreate your life into one that you desire, deserve, and beyond your expectations. I guarantee it. I could go on and on, y'all, because I get passionate about this topic, but my son's in the car. I'm about to drive by the trash so he could dump it and then take him to work. And you know what? If Spirit moves me, I'll get back on, because I'm growing my edges again, because, you know, I had grown, and y'all remember the pictures? I grew them, and then I ripped them out again when I had the twist. So now I'm nurturing it. But yeah, it's growing quite a bit. I don't know if you can see. It's doing its thing, though. It's doing its thing. Pretty soon it's going to be hang time. Okay, anyways, enough of that. Let me go, y'all, before Samaj is late. He's so patient. He didn't even make a peep or make a sound or even give me a face like, can you hurry up? I love him. He's awesome. Anyways, I love you so much. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I'm sending you so much love and so much light. And I encourage you. I told you, the way I exercise my free will is as if I have none. I don't give myself permission to pick and choose what aspects of what spirit guides me to do that I'm going to do. I do it all. I do it. 3D Nahkila knows nothing. Me without source, without God, without spirit is nothing. Nothing. That's what this human form is, right? To dust we shall return. Dust. Dust, right? But with source, spirit, God, Allah, Jah, Jehovah, whatever you call it, on your side, guiding you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Anyways, love you.